This is High Noon and welcome! Are you prepared to draw? I hope so! And I don't mean any of that liver lizard gun slinging stuff, and I don't mean any of that arty stuff. I'm here to do that. You all will just draw together, become family, friends, help each other, support each other, all that stuff. This is a place to have a good old time, friends and frolic, and all that stuff. Okay? This is it.
Hello, everyone. How are you all today? I hope you are doing good. Give me a second to pop out the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's also make sure this is posted to Twitter. I'm all at Twitter. Hey, Sketchbook, how are you? Okay, so I think I got everything ready. I'm just gonna set up a thing for people to come in if they want. And I'll use the same link as last night. Okay, so there we go. Everything is done, and we will now start to work some more on things. Okay, we're going to get the detective's classes color right there. And we're going to come up to panel 4. Oops, I made a So the artist did get us something for with the glasses on. So okay, so there we go. There's the glasses colored in for panel 4. not a lot to do there. Of course, we still need to. We've gotten some of the backgrounds in this stuff. Basically, it's just giving the background in this bottom panel now. Well, actually, I think we still need stuff to do on the detective and maybe the shield. Make sure everything is good. But I noticed there's, when I made this bigger, I noticed there's some stuff on the shield that we don't want on him. So we're going to erase these few things. And I'm not sure if you heard me, but how are you, Sketch? And how it is actually everybody out there. I gotta go turn something down. I will be right back. Buenos Aires. Good Aries. I'm good and heard you just at work and busy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dave was back yesterday. Mallet. And okay, sketchbook. I just wasn't sure. But yeah, I should have figured you're at work, couldn't respond. My bad. No, he did not. That does not happen very often. You should have Dave on to explain. Dave would not want to come on for that. Dave doesn't want to come on for anything, really, so. He's just not really a net kind of guy. Did you guys figure out how to do a good Christian book? Um, hey, John. Oh, second, I don't have my earbud in to hear if anybody's tried to get in. Well, I think I know, but the question is, did John figure out? And John is in the chat there, so maybe ask him whether he got answers to his question. Or a satisfactory answer, I guess it would be more like. The short answer is yes. Well, then that's good. John, did you like Reagan? That was the way forward. I used to work for him. I don't know him. I used to work for him, but I like almost everyone, says John. Do you like Rick? Doo-doo-doo. Hey, almost everyone. Love how that's not a direct yes or a direct no. I was looking back at some of Rick's videos. Also, insulating the ceiling today. He did some from a basement. I didn't do any from a basement. I may get to starting the trim. That would mean another trip to John. Each tiny house needs a Rick clock. Another trip to the depot. Okay, that may be true. It's nice how Rick reads our chats for us. Your donations of Rick Piper memorabilia are appreciated. I read them for those that cannot see them. mallet. I'm building work for all of them. And when he doesn't pay it, I'll put them up for collection. That's good business and good advertising. I'm smart. Running Rick's credit. Something at a time. What did you think of the quote? What quote? I don't think I can make that work. But there are a few in the future, but probably no more than 5. I don't have the fan base to support that investment. That's why I thought I may need another idea. I try to keep it cheap. We could just bill Rick. You can bill me doesn't mean you're going to get money. Rick would at least make an attempt. Rick, would you at least make an attempt to entertain us for old time's sakes? I don't know. I'll have to think about that, John. Uh, what was I thinking? Or even making a tier on the next campaign. There we go. There we go. Let's see. We need all the creators to contribute to have one, so we milk the market. Hey, Reed, how are you? Has Rick ever explained what he's doing? What? You can't tell that I'm coloring a background? Mallet? If he knew what he was doing, he would. I was too busy in entertaining John and now Willie. I think he calls it content. And now I'm about to put some stars in. Rick has been reading the chat since 2018. Yes, I have. There we go. Some stars in the sky. Okay, so I guess I'm going to get some edging done around here, and I guess I gotta go up to. I missed a couple spots of erasing on the shield's whites. There we go. Although I also think I missed a little bit of red. No, that's white that I missed. Right there. There we go. Oh, there we go again. There we go. Okay, so now let's that there. And now we gotta figure out everything for shading and picks. Okay, let's create selection of red. Okay, so the red. There we go. So what's everybody up to today? There we go. I'm not going to put any light for that stuff. Let's see. Let's do the whites. There we go. Detective's coat. Create selection from layer. Okay, again, I don't think no light. Detective's skin. There we go. There we go. Coat color. Uh, do I see actual label layers? Yes, you do. Raggedy. Although I need to go and label some more eventually. What are those lines for? Shading? To make the glove look like it has some texture in the bending of his hand? Okay, this is the only spot that I think I'm going to actually put some sort of lighting effect on. And there we go. Needs more birds. There we go. There's some reflectiveness. Fireman's. Oh, a little too much. There we go. Well, I'm gonna take a little bit down in there. Okay, that looks good. Fireman's coat now. Okay. What's all this then? Shading? A little bit darker than a little bit of light that's coming probably from the fire engines themselves. Police car, maybe some moonlight or whatever. Why did you lighten the man's skin? Which man's skin? Didn't lighten anybody's skin. The man on the left, he was darker than you changed it. Actually, I accidentally made it darker because this is that's the shading layer. I was trying to recolor in this because I had it darker, lighter, made it darker for the shading effect. And instead of just coloring that one spot, I covered the whole space because that's what was all selected. If you go back to the beginning of the video, was this color in the first place. There are no. Rick, are you going to stream Gilgamesh? I've never even heard of Gilgamesh or Gilgamesh. Rick, why does Elon Musk hate my Bitcoin? I would have no idea. I do like that. Say something. I am saying something. Somebody asks a question, I say something. I just don't know what to talk about. I never know. Why is the shield constantly touching his face? Doesn't he know we are in a pandemic? No, he doesn't, because in his world, the pandemic never happened. In this universe, the pandemic never happened. Plus, he is wearing a mask, too. Okay, so let's see. There we go. There is some shading on the glove. There. Let's see. There we go. Hey, Eagle, how are you? There we go. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words like silent raindrops fell and echo in the wells of silence. Well, somebody actually had some sort of topic that I could talk on. Maybe I don't know. I want to get topics from, I guess, the chat. I guess I don't know. Because usually when I pick a topic, nobody's interested. We talk about it for 2 seconds or 2 minutes at best. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. Let less like the sands of the Allegraphs, so the days of our lives. I don't watch soap operas anymore. Okay, there is that done. And I will, of course, be right back. And we are back. Do, 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 do. I answered the ring. Oh, didn't put my headphones back in. Didn't know you were there, John. Sorry. Hey, John.
Hello, Rick. What's going on?
Not much. Just trying to shade my book here. Some panels.
Look, yeah, but what's going on for the show today?
Oh, just me shading. I don't know what. I don't got any topics offhand talking about.
Topics? Who cares about hot topics torn from the headlines? I just want to hear about you and what you're up to.
Not much. My life's boring.
We have to remedy that. We got to go outside and take masks off of people's faces.
Yeah. I don't feel like getting in that much trouble, John.
Or we could yell at them. Tell them that they're sissies for wearing masks.
Or they're government pawns or whatever. They're falling into the government's...
Or you can call them homosexuals if you like. I don't know. I'm not you.
No, I wouldn't call them that.
What the hell is all this announcements? So anyway, yeah, man, I can't. It's very hard for me to just not listen to anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll watch like a TV show, but then I'm like, well, I'd rather watch Rick. But I'm like, I'm sitting here trying to put an insulation in the ceiling, and it's just silence coming from my phone, and my battery's just dying because of the live stream.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm not a bigger talk. I know I'm not a big talker, and I know I'm probably not the best artist either. So
The thing is, well, I can't watch what you're doing anyway.
yeah.
The only time I'm actually interacting in the chat is when I'm driving somewhere. I'll stop at a stoplight and I'll read what's happening in the chat, and I may or may not respond.
Yeah, I've got
It
to
all
learn.
depends on how offensive JP is being that day.
Yeah, I need to try and get somebody on a regular basis that can talk
Or just talk, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not one to talk just to hear myself talk.
That's not the reason you're talking, now is it?
For me, it would be.
No, if you're on a live stream, you're talking so that other people can hear you talk, not to hear yourself talk.
Yeah, well, some people talk to hear themselves talk even if there's other people around. Unless I got something to say, I'm not usually talking.
Why don't you have anything to say? You're a grown man that's been on this earth many years. You have a lot of experiences and things to talk about.
Yeah, possibly, but
What's the point of having children or wanting to have children if you got nothing to pass on to them?
I've probably got lots to pass on to kids, but...
Well, you fooled the hell out of me. You got kids in your chat. You got people in your chat that are under 18. Talk to them. Tell them something.
About one person I think is under 18.
Like, if I had the choice, Rick, if I had the choice, and I was sitting in the living room, and in my hand I had a remote control for the television, right?
Yeah.
And I had two options. Option number one, sit on the couch and look at the blank TV in silence. Or option number two, I could turn on the TV, but here's the kicker. It's a TV show for like teenagers, not for adults. What would I rather do?
I don't know. Sometimes I'd rather sit in silence without the TV on. He says, only if you had something to promote. I have a coloring book. What can I say about it except it's a coloring book? It's, that most of you guys, if not all of you guys, have heard. Raggedy, tell me how to stay away from drugs and find the path. The path to what?
What the path? What do you think the path?
The path to God?
That's correct.
That's easy. Christ. It's different for everybody.
Now, you are a terrible evangelist, Rick.
Yes, I know.
Rick, what is God? Read the Bible.
God is the creator.
Daddy, where do we go when we die? I don't know. Bible says something about it. Read that.
Yeah, but see, I'm not somebody that likes to be pushy about my faith. I know not everybody here in the chat probably won't. I don't know where everybody is, and that. I started my channel a lot along that lines. Like the first 66 days. Well, not my first 66 live streams, but I did do that 66-day challenge for my live streams. Tell you what I do the other 22 hours of my day: sleep and watch TV. The odd time I'll get on and try and play games or do some art stuff. To me, that's not all that interesting.
Then why do you do it?
Nothing else to do? Well, not
exactly. Exactly. I got you. Because if you weren't doing that, you'd be sitting in a room looking at a wall.
Yeah, but who wants to hear? Yeah, I played video games. Okay, well, there. I played videos. Or I played Ark. There. It's said, done.
Is it? Because I got questions now. And I think that if you think about it just a little bit, you could anticipate those questions, and then after anticipating those questions, you could then, tell us about these questions that that we're thinking.
Sometimes.
Number one, who, what, when, where, and why. Every single statement, who, what, when, where, and why. I talk about it, and you'll notice when I speak, I'll talk slower, and then I'll also repeat myself. This is how you tell a story. So I'll talk slow, I'll repeat myself, and then I'll go and I'll think, what can I add to this? I played Ark. Who played Ark? Me, by myself. When did I play Ark? Earlier in the day, after I ate something or something. You can actually make a couple, instead of saying I played Ark, you can make 5 or 6, you can make a paragraph out of it. What did I do in Ark? Did I get to a certain point that I was trying to get to before I was able to save? Because, at this point in the game, I'm trying to actually not really work on my base, but I'm actually trying to get a bigger stable of tamed animals. Whatever you're trying to do, talk about it. That's what you're trying to do. That's the whole point, That way you just nobody likes talking to somebody that is stoic. It's cool, when you're watching a movie and you see a guy who's a man of few words. But nobody enjoys talking to somebody that's of few words. Just saying. Clint Eastwood will only say, a page and a half of dialogue per movie. But it works in a movie.
Yeah. Because everything else he's doing is more interesting than the dialogue.
Mm-hmm. See, your case is the opposite. Everything you're doing is not as interesting as your dialogue. So put more dialogue.
My dialogue would be worse than my thing.
Yeah, but not to everybody else. You don't have a clear understanding of what's entertaining coming from you.
Yeah, I guess I just... I don't know.
It's called being self-aware. It's the hardest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, for sure. To me, my life's boring. I'm like, people don't want to hear, to me, people don't want to hear.
People want to hear, why else would they be here? It's not because of the hot topics you're constantly talking about.
Well, I guess I'm hoping people are wanting to be here because of Cross Comics.
The comic? No.
Yeah.
They're here for Rick Piper. You know this. This internet sphere is all about you, not about your comic book or your channel or whatever. They want personal access and interaction with the creator.
Yeah.
That's you.
True.
You are here to sell Rick Piper. The book will sell itself. You just got to talk about it when the time comes. Because people have already decided whether or not they're going to back you. If they're watching your channel consistently, they like you. And they want to hear about you. And they're going to back you regardless.
No.
Raggedy says he's here for Mallet.
She told you, they're not here for me. No,
Right,
they're here to tease me. That's what they're here for.
Yeah, but they could tease their own family members. They could tease their neighbor. They could be outside right now peeking over the fence at their neighbor taking a shower or in the swimming pool. But they're not. They're here watching you. They're listening to you, watching what you're doing. They like you. They're invested in you, in your life. They're not invested in the Canadian Shield or Snowdrift or the Spider Ham or whatever else you're doing. They're invested in Rick Piper. Why do you think Mallet isn't putting the Canadian Shield on coasters?
Because it's not making him money? It won't
No.
make him.
That's why he's putting Rick Piper's face on coasters.
Yes! Thought that was a goof.
It's because they're invested in you. The people that are hanging around here pretty much have been knowing you, for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
You're a very small channel, which means you have almost guaranteed interaction. If they write something in the chat, you're going to be aware of it.
Yeah.
That would, that familiarity might even, grow in your head and their head into thinking that this is some sort of a friendship even.
Yeah. And Bullet says, wait, I can be watching my neighbor shower.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure whether you'd be watching her for long. If it's a her.
You watch for like 30 minutes, then you're finished, and then you leave,
Yeah, well, that's if the shower lasts 30 minutes, too.
I don't know. It's a pretty hot, steamy shower. It'll go on for a while. He says, looking over the fence, is this home improvement? It could be. There's a whole bunch of things that people could be doing, but they want to watch Rick Piper, see what he's all about. What's he up to today? Well, I'm not going to talk to them. Well, why not?
I talked to them. I asked them, how are you? What you got going on today? Sometimes people answer, sometimes people don't. That's the big part. When I ask questions, sometimes people don't respond.
Well, yeah, so what? I mean, I got a question for Mallet, but he's not here right now, so I'll talk about something else.
Yeah. It's just... I just say for me it's hard anyways.
It's not easy for anybody.
Well, it's probably some people it's easy for, but...
only me.
Only you. So John,
Raggedy Man is correct.
See, that's the thing, Rick. You ask the chat, but you don't share your side of the conversation. I usually say what I'm going to be doing if somebody asks.
Eagle says, so John is telling us to go do something else. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
And sometimes I share and nobody even responds then.
So? You're still talking?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, what's something, Rick, this is probably, you probably already know this, but what's something that you're very passionate about?
Besides my comics and God, not much else. Maybe the odd time, a movie or whatever.
No, that's not where I'm going. You actually hit right on the head where I was going. God, what videos do you have the most interaction with the chat?
I don't know.
I know the answer because your chat moves fast whenever you bring this up. And that's the topic of the Bible.
Yeah.
That's something you know about. It's obviously something that's on other people's minds because when you talk about it, that chat starts to move.
Yeah.
Especially when you were doing your, having a debate of some sort. But even when you're just doing your, the videos you used to do where you would draw along a Bible story.
Yeah.
Those chats were on fire.
Yeah, my problem is I know what my problem for those was is I gotta start doing my homework.
Well, that's the thing. And a lot of people will just talk crap just to talk crap because people can't wait to have some sort of a hot take on a religion. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Bullet says Star Trek The Next Generation comics. You bought some of those? Eagle is throwing up at the thought of TNG. I don't think I've ever bought any Star Trek comic books.
I have.
Or Star Wars comic books.
I have.
I feel like if it's not in a movie, it's not canon.
Oh, it's not.
And what's the point of reading somebody's fan fiction?
I don't know. Entertainment?
It could be.
There. What do you think of that second panel, John?
Let me go take a look. Nope.
Nope. What?
The light source is. Why does he have a shadow on the back of his head if that's where the light's coming from?
I don't know. Like who?
You should fix that.
You mean the Canadian Shield, right?
Yeah, like the light is coming from the right because the guy is the guy with the jacket's lit from the right. Most of the Canadian Shield's body is lit from the right. The shadow under his cape is coming from the right, and he has a big dark spot in the back of his head. Just get rid of that and it'll be perfect. If you wanted to, just put a slightly darker shade towards his face, and but it doesn't necessarily need it.
The cape probably shouldn't be lit or darkened either.
That's also correct. You know what you're doing. You just got to look at it again.
Well, maybe I thought it was the light source was somewhere in between them, because I do have this. Well, there's a bit of distance in between them too. You know, so I thought somewhere in between them, off to the right.
And well, then that whole side of his body would be darker then. The whole side that we're seeing, if the light was between them.
Mm-hmm. Trash and dumb to smoke. Is the Shield dancing in the first panel? No, he's not. I think he's still recovering from the sirens.
Well, it looks like he's in a rap concert, and they're telling him to throw his hands into the air and wave them like he doesn't care.
Okay, so you think if I have the light source somewhere in between them and towards the right, the whole side of the thing should be a lot darker?
Yeah, everything should be darker. The white on his suit, the whole thing would be darker if the light is in. Essentially, in this panel, the light is behind the shield. He's lit from behind, not behind his back, but behind his body.
Uh-huh.
So everything would be darker.
It'd be more on his.
That would be a bad decision to do that, because unless the light source is hanging out right behind him, where his body's covering it, or we can't see it, if it's further back,
yeah,
then what you should do is just erase the dark part on the head.
Okay.
Unless the light is right, like there's a shop light or something that's lighting them, and it's between them, really, really close. Then you should dark out the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where. I know there's obviously the moon somewhere in the sky that's providing light, and I'm not sure about the fire engines and all that. That might be around, whether they'd still have their lights flashing or whatever. Whether that be doing anything.
I don't know either. Who would know that?
Yeah. I guess that's supposed to be me that would know that.
I didn't say nothing.
So you're saying that come off there.
Yep.
And some of the cape.
Yep.
Does that look better now?
Yep. Looks perfect.
Hip hop parade, hey oh, make that man like cougar, man like
what?
Cougar. I'm trying to read the chat. Man like cougar make you jump. Okay, so then this panel 2 is done. Panel 3 should be easy to shade. Let's get dark blue from there.
I'm taking a break. My nose and throat is full of fiberglass.
Ooh, not good.
This is awful. Oh my god, that's going to be a nightmare to shade all those creases. Ho hum.
Ho.
What?
You said hum ho or whatever, and I said ho hum.
Yes. I'm working on my raccoon.
Ah, cool.
Do you want to see him?
Sure.
His name is Rowdy. Let me share my screen real quick. Here in a second here. There we go. What do you think?
Cool. Make sure everybody can see. I'll believe you the only one there. And what's his name?
Rowdy.
Rowdy Piper. Raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Rowdy Piper Raccoon.
I wanted to give him a name that wasn't, like everybody names their raccoon Bandit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Trying to do something that's not normal. What everybody.
It's not that it's not normal. I think it's a fine name. I think it fits a raccoon. I just don't want to do it can't just do the most obvious thing every single time.
Yeah. True. Definitely cool.
So he's looking. She's actually. I don't know if I should make the tree bigger, just to show that he's not on the ground. He's actually halfway down the tree, like looking around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I might want to like put the other edge of the tree here and actually have like his foot on the other side, like gripping onto it, and the tail maybe like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I kind of like the just the real close up on his face, like like really inquisitive, because he's kind of giving like this little eyebrow tilt,
Eagle says he's wearing a hat, and Mallet says, "John, did you get tired of the silence?"
I did, yeah. I mean, didn't you?
Well, it says, "Are you trying to say they are all rowdy?"
No, I'm saying he's rowdy. Like I would say his personality is sort of like John Connor from Terminator 2, just not as old. He's kind of like he's going down the wrong path, and he needs his older brother to come back home and straighten him out.
Cool.
Maybe if I throw his other hand right here. Would that make it seem like he's halfway down? Yeah, it makes it look a little bit like he's holding onto the tree. I might do that. Let me sketch that out first. Put the thumb up here. I might actually put his thumb behind the tree. My hand is too big. Yeah, I think that works. Ah, hot diggity! I love Diet Coke. I'm like a 30-something housewife.
Diet Coke. I'll take regular Coke, thank you.
So what's on the agenda for today, later today?
Gonna do some cleanup, probably watch TV, and hopefully I'll come in here and do some editing for a video to go up on my other channel, Pied Piper Hamilton. I started playing Ark by myself with some of the stuff changed, the settings, and I think I got 2 mods on, one for stacking and one for Stargates.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ark.
Oh, what's a mod for stacking? What is that?
Most things you can only, a lot of things you can only have like 100 of or whatever. Like say wood, they only stack it in like hundreds under one item, but in this case, they'll stack it in 5,000. So it takes up less inventory space.
Oh, that's cheating.
Hey, it's It's right in the thing to apply that you can download them. I don't have to do anything except go right. They're right on Steam to get them. So
Okay. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever you want.
yeah, it's a cheat sort of built into the game that's easily accessible.
Kind of like God mode on Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
I could see playing like that. It's fun.
They actually have God mode on Arc too. My daughter got a $4 an hour raise. Oh, cool.
Damn! That's a hefty raise.
Yeah, did she get her job title changed or something? Is she doing something different, new? Walmart is bumping up all the pay. At least
Get me a job at Walmart. Good Lord.
or at least down there in the States, anyways. I don't know what they're doing here in Canada.
You should look it up and see what's happening over there in Canada. You
And
should get a job at Walmart too.
I've tried. I've applied several times. Well, it says I may go work part-time again there. What do you think of panel 3, John?
Alright, let me go take a look. Hold on. Let me stop presenting since you're not showing me anymore.
Rick, you don't know anything about jobs. What do you mean I don't know anything about jobs? How did Walmart not hire you several times? Easy. They didn't call.
Did you call them?
No?
You are supposed to do that. You say, hey, my name is Rick Piper. I put in an application about a week ago. I wanted to check on the status of my application. Has anybody gotten a chance to look at it yet?
Yeah.
And they say, oh, let me take a look. And then they pull your application out because they don't look at any application unless the person calls.
Okay, that's just weird.
What? What's weird?
Not looking at applications unless people call.
Yeah, because the people that call want the jobs. That's like the first barrier. Then after you call and they're like, oh, you know what? We have somebody here today that you might be able to come and interview around like 3 o'clock. Yeah, sure, I can be there, no problem. All right.
Yeah.
You go and you interview and
or did I have
say a bunch of garbage and gobbledygook that isn't true about how cool you are.
But then again, I might have gotten an interview once at Walmart. It's been so long, so. There are 90-year-olds. Yeah, well, I think the hiring things are different here. Possibly hiring tactics are different here in Canada.
And you're getting ratioed to hell on this video, Rick. You're like Kathleen Kennedy.
I take it that means a lot of people have hit the dislike button.
Yes, it's like 4-1. You know what it was? I think it was at intermission. You were like, I'll be back later, and then you took off.
So panel 3 here. What do you think, John?
I think it's very dark.
Well, it is supposed to be nighttime, so.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Rick got that Biden ratio, says Raggedy.
It's 5-1 now. Oh my god.
Yeah, you had to go and mention something, eh, John?
Well, it's not like you were doing well without me mentioning anything.
You know how these people are.
What do you mean, these people?
The trolls and all that in the chat. You mentioned about liking the video, and they've automatically.
I mentioned that they were already ratioing you.
Yeah, anything to like that. Anything along the lines of the likes. And they suddenly go and hit the dislike button.
I don't think so. Maybe if you make a heartfelt plea to get those likes back from dislikes, maybe they'll agree and they'll do it.
What's the worst they can do? Put more dislikes on, right? Everyone, please. Judge on.
Oh, that doesn't sound heartfelt at all. Oh my god, talk about the. Oh my goodness. That sounds like you have disdain for your viewers. Oh, there go my glasses.
I would love it if all of the people listening who've put a dislike, take it away and put it on the like. Or even just take away the dislike. You don't even have to hit the like. I would very much appreciate that.
Yeah, you know when your videos are constantly disliked, when you show up in other people's chats, sometimes it blocks you from speaking because YouTube thinks that you're some sort of a social pariah.
Yeah, I think I've experienced that.
Not that you're not a social pariah,
Bullet
but you don't want YouTube knowing that.
Bullet says, I can't do that, Rick. We need an intervention, says Mallet. Joshua's, well, we're almost at that time again, John. Anything you would like to promote?
Absolutely. I have a fantastic book I'm working on called The Buckler. It's still in demand while I'm working on it, so head on over there and share The Buckler out. I would appreciate that greatly. That's what I'm working on. Rick, what are you working on?
Well, of course, as you know, I'm working on the Canadian Shield number 2 and Snowdrift number 1. And hopefully they will be done sooner rather than later. Although somehow I think it's going to be later rather than sooner. And of course, I do have my coloring book over on Indiegogo that people can go and get for, I'd say somewhat of a reasonable price. It's not super overpriced, being on Indiegogo. Unfortunately, you do have that nasty little thing called shipping. So, yeah, hopefully everybody can go back that if you've yet to. We've got like about 13 days left on it. Yeah.
And that is a long-winded pitch.
And Mallet says, "Would I shape for an interview?" Mallet, I've gone to interviews in a suit and tie, or just a suit. I don't usually take going to interviews lightly when I've gone for jobs.
Yeah, you got to give them those crazy BS answers. Like they say, I remember they asked me a question. They were like, "How do you feel about people that are late for work? What would you consider late?" And I was like, I'm going to tell you like this. I think if you habitually just show up on time, I consider that being late. Like, you need to be at your work with your coffee, relaxing, half an hour before your shift starts, just to get yourself into your into the mode in your head of getting ready to work. That's what I think. They're like, "Oh, that's a great answer." Then I continue to habitually show up just barely on time.
No, not birthday suit. Bullet. And
don't do that. Don't show up to an interview in your birthday suit, Rick.
I would never do that. Oh, not being 15 minutes early. I'm almost always early for stuff like that. And work when I did. How long?
You know, when I have a job that I really like, I do show up early, just out of habit. Just kind of like sit around, I'll even eat my breakfast at work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good way to like show up early for work. Like, have a miserable life at your home, and you're like, you'll always show up early to work and stay late.
Yeah. No, it's not a plaid suit. When is Rick moving to Cali? Don't wear black. You'll look like Paul Bearer.
You gotta wear a plaid suit, like what's that? RK Maroon from Roger Rabbit. That checkered suit with the elbow pads. Those are great.
Well, it's been great. Well, thanks for John coming on, and it's been great having everybody here in the chat as always. I guess we will catch you later, hopefully tonight on After Dark. I will be drawing up one of my characters, so we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful day.